Greetings. There today again. We can call it could say it's an ice cream. It's just a nice, beautiful, powerful liquid meal. The master of it is CMOS. Now, as we know, CMOS has 92 minerals. And since the body needs to be mineralized more than vitamized, there's no such word. I just make it up. You know how important it is to have CMOS. But this has a whole heap of other ingredients for the nerves, the brain, the spinal cord, the cells, the immune system, and all other beautiful things inside that you could think of to not just enhance, but to power up the body and to make you feel firm, solid, and strong. So this is created like a ice cream, also like a smoothie, but it's a food, it's a liquid meal. So this strengthen what we call macrophages in the leukocytes, make your body feel solid and defend you from aliens, invaders. Now, when someone have to invade you, they have an agenda. Venetia, wagwan, a blessing, big up yourself. Yes, so we make sure that we don't give them the benefit to just come in and do what they want to do. Mash you up and run gone. No. We're going to stop you with food like this. You know? Very nice. Very, very nice. Superb. And so we could just eat this for 1 week straight. Feel good. It is a total balance in terms of optimum power, cleansing, regenerating, rejuvenating, and make sure that the systems of the body works perfect. And so we're discussing the brain, nervous system, and spinal cord. And we have a very magnificent formula. When we say magnificent, we mean super powerful for the brain. Motor. Now, this motor right here, as you can see, we have if we have a 0 pill, we put at least 80 in it. If it is like a 0, which is just the small one, we put 112. So you still get your full amount. It's according to the size pill that we get when we go to buy them. So we're looking at the brain, the whole nerves, viscera, and the whole spinal cord that travel from your brain, dealing with connective tissues, electrical fiber to the rest of your system to make sure that you're standing firm. We're looking at frequency and hertz. Now these frequency and these hertz in the world, if we look at music and on a tiny stage, you will see how long ago the system has been messing people up with even our music. 440 megahertz when it should have been 432 hertz or anything over that or below. Frequency is in man, megahertz. And so we look from 68 to 72 megahertz health rising. From 72 to 90, full optimum capacity of health. We eradicate and get rid of virus, germs, bacteria, and waste, toxins. But we didn't know these things because we haven't learned these things in school. And it creates havoc in our life. First thing, we don't know how to eat, what to eat, what to drink. We don't know these things. And so it creates a detrimental effect on the system. And our megahertz drop. Magnetic frequency. What is magnetic frequency? We're dealing with atoms in surplus amount. And as you hear, you cannot see how small it even is. I think the more man research is the more they find, and the more research they do is the more research they're gonna do. Because when they see something, they will say, but this look different, and they will continue to do the research. But the reality of it is, you can always rise the bar if you eat right and clean the system. Now, people always ask, do I have to take herbs for a year straight? You take herbs for the rest of your life. It doesn't mean that you're going to bathroom. No. But the body needs maintenance. And the key to maintenance is eating good and always have bitter principle plants taken. Why that is essential is because bitter heighten the frequency, heighten the megahertz, rise it up. Now we have so much worry and stress about 5G and what it can do. But your electrical grid in your body also is higher than the 5G, much, much higher. Because remember, technology is based off the human mechanism. In other words, we are the first electrical source. We are the first electrical source. We are the first mega source. And seems that we were created in the ultimate form. The most powerful being on the planet is man. The most powerful source on this planet is man. God created us this way. Super powerful to control everything else. And I give the dominion over all things on the earth. So human beings in them ultimate self, which is a limited factor, cannot create anything powerful than man. And that is with ultimate knowledge. So man make robot, it has no life, it has no soul, it cannot feel. So you'll find out say it can't, robot can't drink Irish mash. Humanoid robots cannot drink tea. There's no place, there's no intestines, there's no colon, there's no abdomen or appendix, there ain't no heart in a spiritual form. So we are superior to everything else that our brothers has created. But this body work with a frequency, a vibration, an energy. And in turn, as it's been said by His Imperial Majesty, man can rise to the summit of himself, which is angel-like. How do we get there? And someone will say, you reach there? No, not yet. I'm still working on it. If you go back to the Bible, it says, Yeshua Mashiach, who we call Jesus Christ, says, you must be ye perfect as your Father who is in heaven. Interesting, eh? Now, it's a task. The first attribute is discipline of mind. How do we reach, even in a simple form, to our I self? Is when we actually activate the principle and the attributes of life. So you have things that is conducive to life. You have things that is unproductive for life. Things that don't let you feel good. Things that pain your heart, abuse, use, disregard, reject. These things hurt human beings. Like what's going on now, viruses, bacteria, germs, fungus, ain't making no money. All of these things damage the mineral content of your body, the circadian rhythm, the flow, frequency, the energy. When you stress, what happens? The blood vessels get choked, like somebody will them and stifle out them life out of them. You get stiff, energy cut down, lungs pipe constrict, the airwave them lock in, no oxygen. Now we have bronchodilator, dilation plants that we use to open the airwave that you can breathe the living oxygen. That is why, in order for us to rise the bar of magnetic frequency, your megahertz then is to take herbs. Nothing on the planet is more productive as taking herbs, because in this stage you will find your unique self. Your learning mechanism will be heightened. You will connect more to people of like-mindedness, people who think like you. In other words, in Jamaica, we say, birds of a feather flock together. And we see that so practical every day. So if you look in the sky, and you see what we call named garling, or come out early in the morning to look worms and other stuff to eat. And they all lift up and they fly to a specific direction, whether they're going east, west, north, or south. You notice just garlings alone. Well, let's say it's just blackbird. It's just blackbird alone. Vulture is just vulture alone. So, from common sense, birds of a feather flock together. How do we attract negativity? We attract negativity because the bar has load. So from 68 to 72 is hertz up, health. 90 peak, axis. Now 58 is low. So that is where when we pull in the negative energy, like very disrespectful in public, rude, disgraceful in public, cuss and behave bad anywhere, you know the bar is getting low and lower. You start to attract people in your life that you don't want, but you have to settle with them because that is where your frequency is at this present time. You cannot avoid these people. So another proverbs is that you drop out of the frying pan and drop into the fire. And so you repeatedly make the same mistake over and over and over again. And you ask why. Some people say you're salt, so you need to go to the river, go wash off yourself. So all the time saying, you and your boyfriend fight, no cuss, no quarrel, and you get engaged in the most difficult things. When you have to start do things wrongfully and lawful to create revenue for yourself, start behave bad, vulgar, no pride, no self-esteem. All of these things drop the frequency. Then sickness is being invited. Then sickness invited also invited poverty. Because the brain now is not effective as it used to be. Some people settle with it because they think that is the reality. Everybody's in this state, 3/4 I should say, and it looks like there's nothing more that is better. And we're not blaming anyone for that, because you already know. This present world has been staged before you're born for these things to catch you. And to rise above this decadence, it's not really easy task, so rough. And so some people who want to rise the bar of wealth, not health, because of how crude and wicked people are, they also join in that group to do all type of wickedness to reach where they want. But he that should destroy someone to reach his goal must always know that at the end or at the beginning of your achievement, there waits your destruction. So we see it practically when they say the fool and his money shall depart. It's a real thing. Rising the bar now, the frequency, the megahertz from 68 to 72 up, we'll find out you have different friends. So in other words, you won't see a thief and a truthful person walking hand in hand unless that truthful person warn him, say, listen, you have to stop thief. God, I'm going to kill you. You have to stop thief. You won't see them walking. Why? Because it's liar and thief walk together. Not truthful people and thief. Truth and lie is no friend. Just like love and hate could never be friend, oh no. Dennis Brown. Love and hate can never be friend. So, what we find out, people get into complications, into difficulties in all aspects of their life because they really didn't know. Now, when people come around to the knowledge of this thing, they're still in a state of shock. They don't know how to come out of it. Even something has been introduced to them to get them out, to make sure, all right, this is a chance for you to rise the frequency. For life to get much easier, more relaxed, you can earn better if there's an understanding. We have maybe about 30 billion people. Them say 7. But I think while them say 7 billion is maybe up to 9 billion, maybe these are the people who are registered or in the system. But to me, it's far more than that. Now, creating revenues is always being offering a service to someone or to a vast amount of people. Like to your country, a service is always like if you're selling or teaching anything of the sort. what we find out, people do it, but with no self-knowledge why. It's more like a follow because it may look like it's working for that person. And so they try it, and sometimes when they lose, it hurts. And sometimes you be doing this because you come now to love it because it's self, it's independence. But if you look good, you will not earn nothing from it. It's like in terms of your buying and selling, the profit is weak. Why? Because it is a competitive situation. What rising the bar does in this situation is that you are equipped, you are knowledgeable about what you're doing, you have tolerance to deal with even an aggressive customer. There's a high level of love for what you do and for people. But this won't come in to being because you'll find yourself in a situation where you're not so loving, you're not so caring. Offering a service means a lot in the business world is to make sure, and we're not talking about business, we're talking about health. But we're just talking about it's one of the greatest jobs you can do is to offer service to someone. In other words, you have to be a brother's keeper. Whether you're freely taking care of the person or helping the person in health. So let's say it's food. It is a very competitive business in food. Then you have to be influential. You have to know how to speak to people. You have to know also how to pull in people to buy your product. But when the frequency of the brain is not so high, you find someone may come and get you out. Then in my country, you would hear that that person work up here. Yes. And so you find out, say, when that person, because I've not been prepared and knowledgeable about what you do, you lose out, then you blame people for your misfortune. And then your family get a beating. And when your family get a beating, you would live a life to blame. No, we can maybe blame government for what go on. Because then create them virus and they must send it around all over the globe and them mashing up people's life. So we can't blame them because people now work for make them money now. You're stagnant to your house, your yard can't move out and get your life going, and the bills them still coming. Now, when you look at this instant, this present time in this dispensation, you find out the megahertz will go down because you're stressed, you're depressed, you're anxious, you're worried. You don't know what the future is going to be. And all of this thing come down upon the central nervous system, damage up the circulatory system, damage the hemoglobin that's supposed to reach to the cells for oxygen supply, damaging the lungs pipe. And when these things happen constantly, it weakens you. And then if you can't see no way out, all will break loose. So, internalize. We look at some of the most powerful plants. And as we say, we're having right here as we speak some sea moss. Very powerful for the brain, spinal cords, nerves, blood vessels, especially our endocrine system, reproductive system also, for your bones and the marrow inside the bones, and also your brain. Why do we eat these food? We eat these food because these are the food that let the body work effective. These are the food that make sure, say, yeah, your body's up to par. What we had, and as we show you what to call the motor. Now, when we're dealing with the motor, brain, spinal cord, central nervous system, adrenal glands, kidneys, bones, HGH, human growth hormone, and dopamine production, pathways building, the cybernetics, electrical impulses, megahertz frequencies, is all in this. This rise the bar, stamina, power. Now, people might hear and say, what am I say? Yes, it's all in that. And why we call it motor? Because it is the driver. It is the vehicle for the body. The whole spectrum of electricity circling this magnetic frequency, which is actually higher than electricity, inside the brain, filtering out to the rest of the body. So this spinal cord that travels from the brain come right down to the waistline. And it is a whole heap of fiber, but they are electrical fiber. Connecting, functioning, make your body work good. We're looking at the brain, cerebellum, hypothalamus, pineal gland, thalamus, pituitary gland, thymus gland. Then we have pancreatic gland, adrenal gland, prostate gland, testicle, and ovaries in women. Now, when you have a plant that have what you call them, and we have two plants in this, aphrodisiac power, that is sexual potency for men, and secondary sexual activity for women. We are looking at a super magnetic herb or herbs. And we tell clients to take 4 of this per day. The first time we created this formula, we were not sure what it would have done. Just like how we talk about this one the other day, and it is the new enhanced IIB. And we use this for circulatory system, pushing the blood around, and also the carbon, which is 9,240 electrons, the carbon, which is vitamin C, to power up the immune system. But knowing how the body works, the lungs won't just open if we don't have dilation plants. So the dilation plants, we get them or we put them in this one. So we have something like 22 plants in this bottle. And while we have only 2 in this bottle. So we put them together. And trust me, this is too much supply of capsules. And if someone is close by us, in Jamaica, guys, sending to overseas like this is a little bit difficult. But the capsules can travel overseas. And you can just buy this for yourself. You can get Irish Marsh overseas. And when you create this, ice cream in a natural way, or smoothie, or just a liquid meal, and you have it with these 2 capsules, the bar rising now, the frequency going up. In other words, likewise with bitter principle plants that heighten the frequency of the brain. Human beings get sick because of many factors of life. It doesn't matter what it is. It's mucus, and it deprives oxygen. And when there's a deprivation of oxygen, you will get sick. Common sense. And all the food that we know, sick people. Now, from experience, we have some roadblocks sometimes with our clients. Sometimes, guys, when you take herbs, you will lose fat. The only reason why you lose fat is because that fat is not a good fat. And so women lose their buttocks, which they cherish very much, and they get real slim from taking herbs. And that's for a long time though. But you can always put on back the weight, but in a good way. this time it will be more constricted, not loose, because when you have too much fat, when you get in certain age, you find out your skin looks sagging, and then your boyfriend may be the same age, maybe 40, 50, 60, but him looking upon a young girl. It's just a raw reality. And you're supposed to come in 6 o'clock in the evening or 7 for work, you not come till 9 and give some lame excuse. You're not sexy and hot again. It's the reality that woman has to face. Most men get their makeups because they want to still look young, and they paint that face. They paint that face so. Great drummers, great drummer. The drummer them bad. So we paint that face to look young. But beauty begins from within. A woman can look pretty much like a young girl if she choose. Don't care how distraught her face or body look. In 6 months, beautiful, radiant. Is a choice. It's not a quick fix, but it can happen. Right now, I'm taking care of an elderly woman. She's about 68. And I said to her, it seems to me that you were pretty much beautiful when you're young. She said, am I not beautiful now? I said, no, that's not what I'm saying. Yes, you're still beautiful. But when you're young, the beauty come like more radiant. When the number go up, because age is just a number. I always say when the age go up, then we lose elasticity, we lose constriction. The body start age. All of this is just because of how we eat. Now, if I had known what I know now, I maybe could still be looking like 15. Yeah, because now I know, but it's not too late. It's never been too late for a shower rain. It's just a choice and the discipline of mine. But when we're talking about circadian rhythm and rising the megahertz from 68, rising from 58, which is sickness, to 72, you start getting a much younger look. And that is when you're actually taking the plants and eating the right food. So let's say I put you on my meal plan, because I got a meal plan. And let's say I put you on my meal plan for, let's say 3 months. I put it at 110 days on a meal plan. And this combination that looks like, you say it look thick and rich. A combination of different fruits with a proper combination, because some combination of fruits can form acid. You have to know the proper the fruits that you should put together. You will find out, and at the same time we have you on the circulatory IIB and the motor, powerful libido, aphrodisiac, stamina, power. This right here ain't no joke. I have some people who buy this way, as them look like it a run out. Hear them call, get them away. For me something, you know. This right here ain't no joke. And when you put the two of them together, super person. I take them daily. If I wake up and I feel like I'm kind of peeing up or not feeling too good, and I say, okay, let's take four, two brown, two green. I've got a brown and a green one in here, and four of this. In 25 minutes, I'm up in the sky, way up. And I'm not just saying it, it's the real thing. And then I'm feeding on this smoothie. I could say it's our ice cream. This is where the frequency and the hertz of the body goes up. And as I said in the beginning, we have 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G, and we're going to get 6G, 7G, maybe up to 10G. But these assembled version of megahertz is created by man. Yes. It is a reason why the Bible said that be ye perfect like your Father who is in heaven. And also, man can rise to the summit of himself, which is the axis, the ice point of yourself. It is a reason why you hear these talking, these statements, these knowledge. Is a reason, because he who created us knows that man is always going to want to kill you or to control you. And so that is why they feed you. Now they're saying that they need to depopulate the earth because they can't feed everybody. No, man never make money. No. Man was created by a higher source. Man make humanoid. But no man want to control man, because it is the nature of man. If you eat wrong, this is the behavior that you will have. Any man or woman that eat negative cannot be loving. It just can't. You can't find genuine moral love. Your brain not comprehend that. It not process that. It may sound away, because a lot of people eat certain food, you will find out say, yeah, they look loving and they behave loving. But there's another side. It's not genuine moral love. There's always some underlying enemy. That is why you can't reach to the summit of yourself. You can't be like your Father who is in heaven, as the Bible says. And we're speaking from the Bible, not from a Christian, nowadays Christian, guys. I'm a Christian. But I'm like the ancient Christian, the original Christian. It has nothing to do with nowadays Christian. It's a far different thing. So we are speaking from the principle and the knowledge of life. That if you eat a certain way, just like how, let's say Jesus Christ was not eating pork or beef. No, it was not. Nor fish. So his spiritual frequency hertz could rise. It was already there. He just carried higher while on the plane of existence, because once you come to this, what you call this plane, which is earth, you come in the flesh form. Earth can contain a Godhead in its powerful form. God is just earth. It can contain men and anything that is below a Godhead. A Godhead come into this earth, a Godhead put itself in flesh form, so a Godhead born is the reason why a Godhead come through a woman that has been chosen. Yeah, so it come in the form of not just spirit but also flesh, and live an exemplary life for people to follow. So you see a person that behave raucous, boisterous, assiduous, have no love, no care about nobody, then you can understand why. Their frequency most time is at 58. The hertz is low. So if you notice, 1G, 2G wasn't so damaging. Yeah, it was, you could say, limited factor, and these are created by men. And so when man create things that from an internal point of view is that it don't necessarily mean that it have to be destructive, but for them that's the idea because their frequency is already low. So how are you going to create something? How are you going to create something that has a benefit to benefit you and not hurt a fellow human being? Your mind is not up to that par for that don't happen. You understand me? You find out say whatever they created is always in a destructive means. And that is why I know our food has been under urbanization and created in lab. Because this is the mind of men. The mind of men is in a degenerative form. And that is why we have human trafficking, organ selling so often, because a man really don't want to die. So you prefer to take someone else's organ to live. Degenerative brain. See? That is what is going on. So you can say, as we say, bird of a feather flock together. When we look good on the plane of existence, we can say degenerative minds. In other words, there's a total disruption on the energy field. It's all a field surround us. When you talk about the halo, that crown light, that is when the frequency I rise to the 90. So even in music, we see it in music. Frequency, hertz in music, damage human beings. And we play music and A440, it's low, destructive, messed up. And when you put it to 432 hertz, balance. And what it does, this 432 hertz rise the frequency of your life. You feel the music much better, more resonance, more assimilation. Goes to the genes and it start to clean them, to highlight them, to electrify them, to magnetize them, and carry them up, rise them to the bar of your natural connection with the cosmic world. Now you're gone natural again. We're not saying live in the bush, but naturally connect to the cosmic world now. You are being united. You're eating right. You're eating live food, not dead food. In reality, let's face the reality. The Sun Kitchen provide living life, food. Fruits as the highest frequency and berries on the planet, then vegetable, then nuts. We don't eat these foods. We kill our food, then eat it. But animals live to the dictates and laws of nature. Animals eat their food live. So if it's a lion that is a carnivore, kill that gazelle right there and eat it. Blood still warm. The gorilla pick the fruits from the tree, eat it. Likewise the elephant. If you look at the polar bear down in the Arctic, catching all them fish, jump up the stream, grabbing shit. Like that. That is natural. That is connection to the cosmic world, nature. God, that is how we were created. When God created man in a respectable, loving form, let us create man in our image and our likeness. And he created them both male and female. Now we end up on this planet, but him knows because he give man free choice. That him never put any chip in you. And he never say, I'm going to fix you this way. Because the Bible says, I know you before you enter into your mother's womb. That means say, because of them make you a man and a woman, they know you before you come in on this plane of existence. Right? And so they say, you know what? Because we're giving them free choice, they're going to mess up. They're going to do some things on that planet. What are we going to do? Okay, give them some plants to heighten their frequency that we can get to speak to them. Prayer is also another medium that we travel through and connect to the higher source, which is the Almighty. In our brain, as it has been said, do we not know that the body is a temple of God? So God actually lives in man. So if we pray for forgiveness, for love, for mercy, for direction, for guidance and protection, you find out constantly the mind wanted to do what is right and get discipline. Genuinely for pray, because remember, as far as we are understanding, God knows the thoughts of man before he even said. Now, a lot of people might have different perspective, but it doesn't mean that because another man have a different perspective, yours is not right. A million people could be going right and you go left. It doesn't mean you're wrong. Everybody got to do what they got to do. The last time I remember, God, every man has their own brain. So don't let people dictate to you what is right from what is wrong. Find your right, find your wrong. Find your right and find your wrong. Now, the reason why so much wrong perpetrate in this planet or on this planet is what we're talking about. One of the first sins is eating wrong. And eating wrong not only kills cells, but them dead cells stay in the body and don't come out. And they corrode and cause obstruction of positive energy. That energy can't rise. What rise from the digestive system, your stomach, colon, duodenum, and also your appendix, intestines, clogging with food, especially rotten meat and old tough food from your 2-3-year-old eating out of the family pot, it rises a stench. So when you go to the bathroom, it smells rather awful. But remember, that scent coming out of you. And when that scent stay inside, it rises to the brain. Now you have a stench walking with inside your body. And that stench affect positivity. Now you end up with Alzheimer's, meningitis, epilepsy, memory loss, bipolar, insanity. And so you lose your touch or your tack of reality. You're no more into the band of life. You're on the outside wondering what is going on, and everybody is your enemy. And oh, there's no God, and this is not real, all is a fake, and nothing can go right. A man don't know that he is wrong will always stay wrong. A lot of people think they know, not knowing that they don't know is dangerous. What we do, like me who was in that world too, feel like we want to mash up some people more time too. yes. You know, we have to check in because sickness bring you down to a level where it look like you are got dead now. Scratch it and say, John, what go on? Man say, I say, what I'm to you right there? I say, John, you be a pain me I feel, and I feel good in the man. And somebody tell you just the right thing because I mean you may be going to doctor for ages and now get rid of the problem, which I was doing and we say it many times. Somebody just say, drink some herbs, man, and eat some fruits. But when you hear about herbs normally in this country, the first thing come to mind is marijuana, which is good, super powerful. And although I didn't drink any marijuana, I went and get some herbs. One of them first herbs was vervine. Powerful plant. And it was such a good suggestion and such a powerful, loving suggestion, unique, genuine, powerful morals, said in a way but mean love. That's when I embark on this journey and start consume these plants. Right away you cut the body just grab it out. because we are in a deprivation of minerals. Now, when you look at vervine, and the mineral contents, the body start assimilate right away. Things start happening. If you pay attention, you feel these energy. Yeah. Now, when I look at my food right here, 92 minerals, 92 out of the 108 that the body require. This is 92. So when we look at how we start eating, we say, but my God, why as a little boy we couldn't be eating this kind of way? Constipated for almost 9 years. Rugged and rough, eh? And so we end up in whole heap of war and fight with people. And when you come around to herbs now and the truth start pronounced,